Ah, what a good morning. Hello everybody, Farmer Tom here, and welcome back to the 7th episode in our survival challenge. I have some good news for you this morning. As we have now entered October, our barley has started to come up, and I have been having a look over it, and there doesn't seem to be too many patches. I mean, there's the odd section where I forgot to plough, and obviously we did not have a direct drill, so it meant that no seed went in there. But to be honest, little spots like that are going to make pretty much no difference. I mean, yes, I definitely missed there. That was clearly my fault. But that means we can almost apply the next application of fertilizer to that, which is good news. So that will be the final one we give it, so we could probably leave it a little bit, to be honest. We could probably wait until February or so next year. But I would like to create another field, actually, just behind these trees. Because if you remember from the last episode, we got that mown, we got the bales sold, and that one section of tree we found, and we made about £4,000 in the end, which was actually quite good, really, considering it wasn't a particularly large area. So I'd like to get that ploughed up today, because that will be an area which, if we are quick, can be sown this side of winter, which, if we can, will be very beneficial when it comes to the harvest, because we'll be able to bring both crops in at a similar time. I keep saying this every episode, but I really need to put a path in, because I keep driving through the trees and hitting the tree stumps, which is a little bit annoying. But my plan is to simply follow the boundaries which we created with the mower in the previous episodes. We'll get that turned on, and we'll start creating the field, and let's follow this line. It's giving us a nice border, really. It might take a while, but yes, it's ploughing up nicely. I hope we don't have that problem which we had on the last field as well, where whenever we turned a corner with the cultivator, it didn't let us cultivate it for some reason. I still don't know why. I saw a comment saying that maybe if we approached it at a 90-degree angle, it might let us cultivate it, but we'll have to give that a try when it comes to that with this field. If we wanted to, we could expand all the way up there, but I do feel at the minute it's not going to be very beneficial for us, because we don't have the largest machines. So, I mean, this is already going to take quite a while to get all of this ploughed up, but it will be worth it. And of course, I stupidly decided to go around this rock, which I do now see as a mistake, because it is in the way and it makes things very difficult. Also, the fact that we haven't ploughed that up does mean on our little plot which we own, we do still have some grassland which can be mown. So if we were to ever get any sheep and we still only had one section, we could mow some grass for them, maybe even turn it into silage or hay or whatever we fancied, and we would be able to be self-sufficient with our own animals. But for now, I think we'll just continue with this. It's going to take a while, so I will catch back up with you when we have made some progress at least, and that is one lap. We are bouncing all over the shop. These tyres are not made for this. They are really not made for this. I've been trying to go and cut through the middle of it, which is why I'm having to go back and finish these little pieces here, because it was just so bouncy, and it was a little bit annoying because I was worried the plough was going to start bouncing like before, and that would cause problems again. I mean, I've missed a little piece here and there, but I can always go back for that. It's a shame you can't fit larger tyres to this tractor, because that would probably be helpful, but then I think it's probably got something to do with the fact that it's only a two-wheel drive, rear-wheeled tractor, because obviously the fronts are considerably smaller. I think oh yes, I'm missing lots here. I need to go back onto the freshly ploughed area, which is the part where we start to lean down at an angle again. But it's going well, that's the main thing. We're getting through the soil nicely. It's being churned up nicely, ready for when the cultivator and later on the seed drill come through. I think the beauty with No Man's Land as well is the fact that there's no limits. You can just keep creating. I mean, if we wanted to, we could create a field which is the size of the whole of this map. Not that we probably would, but my point being that there are endless possibilities of what we're able to do, and I think that's what makes it so interesting, really, because we could just expand and expand. I'm really messing up here. I don't know why I'm missing so many pieces. Think we can make it all the way around? Yes, we can. It's just a tiny little piece to get in this corner now. Oh, we're bouncing. And that's the thing. When it gets caught in the soil, we start bouncing, and then we slow down and we lose the momentum we had. I'm not too sure if we'll get on to the cultivation this episode. I'm sure we will, but if we don't, at least it will leave us with something to look forward to for next time. All of this turning around, the brake pedals will be gone, and all of the parts down there. Are we going to get this in one? No, not quite. That's a little bit annoying. So, let's get some more ground covered, and I'm sure we will have it done in no time at all. Not much left to do now. We're getting through it at a steady rate, but we are getting there. We just have to think of all of the benefits that this will bring us eventually come next summer. Of course, there's still a little bit of work to do after the ploughing, but not as much as we may think. I think when we get the funds, one of the best things to do will be to get some animals, because we could place a sheep pen up by there, or maybe even a chicken pen. That could be a good idea as well. That might work. No, of course it will work, but we just need to sort of weigh up the options we have. I'm going to go this way around the large rock this time. I don't want to go too close to it though, because it'll probably bring some problems with it. If I just do the outline, and then if we come along here, and then we'll join up like that, and we'll spin it back around. It's a lovely morning. However, there is some rain on the way, and it's already very boggy in this field, so we do not want to get caught in the rain doing this job. It's bad enough now. This is going to leave a very annoying triangle in the middle of this. We'll see it now. There it is. That's annoying. We'll come back that way. So the large piece I missed by here. Get this. There we go. It is frustrating because we have the money to be able to upgrade our plough or subsoiler or whatever we want to choose, but we just don't have the tractor power, because I think this tractor has 85 horsepower, and I was looking at some different models of ploughs, and they're all requiring in excess of 150 horsepower, 180 horsepower, and at this stage that just isn't possible. I mean, buying a new tractor is, apart from a combine, one of the most expensive parts, and land of course. Okay, maybe it's not the most expensive part, but it is still expensive. Maybe we'll have to look into some older tractors again, rather than look for the new tractors, become more of a sort of vintage farm, which it is becoming now. It is becoming more of a farm than a small holding or dwelling, because we've got 2 fields on the go, which is certainly better than what we started with. See, I keep getting bogged down. I can hear the gearbox working. You see the pedals moving as well. I never noticed that before. So there are just a couple of strips left to do. Let's get these done very quickly. Well, that is the field done, I would say. Just need to finish off these little pieces. Oh, I've missed a bit. That's really annoying. In theory, it wouldn't really matter if we missed those little pieces, but because we only have a seeder, you know, it does matter a little bit more, because obviously it means that we won't be able to have crops in those sections, which is not what we want. We want to be able to maximize the space which we have. I can see one more little piece down there. Just try and drive on the verge. It might be less bumpy. There we go. Let's get that final piece. There it goes. I tried to keep it as neat as possible around the large rock. I think I did a fairly good job at that. Let's just weave in and out once more. Oh, I need to remember to turn off create fields, because if you know why that mark is there. Anybody who watched the first episode will know why. So let's get that dropped down, and I think it's probably time to get the field cultivated. Obviously we have a larger cultivator, so it shouldn't take as long. Although, if I have a look in the shop, is there any any other cultivator which we will be able to power. What's the pulling capability? Okay, 80. We have 85 horsepower to work with. Let's have a look then. So it all seems very depressing, really, actually. So we have this lizard one here, which is 3.5 meters. No, that seems like the biggest one which we'll be able to have unless I can increase it. No, that is a little bit annoying. I'll have a look into it though, see if I can find some others. Let's get that raise, and we'll head over into the field again. Ooh, large bush. It's a lovely setting. It is really nice, and it's October, late autumn, well, mid-autumn really actually, and it's still beautiful skies. Let's get the cultivator drops there. Oh, it's bouncing again. Let's try and ignore that, or I will try and ignore that. You can do a little bit more speed with this cultivator, which is helpful. We should be able to get a large portion of this field finished before the end of the episode, but that means going into episode 8 we will be able to get this field planted and sprayed, which is exciting stuff. As always, if you are enjoying this episode, please consider to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel, because we have recently been doing very well and we're not that far from 280 subscribers now, which, considering where we were a couple of weeks ago, is absolutely incredible. I just wanted to say thank you once again for that. And also, if you didn't know, I actually have an Instagram page where you can receive updates and see when the next videos will go live. I'll leave a link to that in the description, but you can also see the name on screen now. It is simply farmertom_YouTube if you want to see any updates or any behind the scenes. So go and check it out if you have Instagram. But that aside, you can see once again where we have missed pieces because of our poor cultivator. Different things, Thomas, come on. We're kicking up a lot of dust from this. I think I'm going to try and cut off this section where the rock is. So I'm going to do a couple of loops around it. Look at that large section which has been missed. It's really annoying when that happens. And another one. Really confuses me. We'll go right the way around the rock. I don't know if I should be calling it a rock. It's a little bit larger than a rock. I'm sure it would find that very hurtful if it could talk, but it can't, so it's alright. Yes, that's that section finished. Try and get over this one as well. What if I did some reversing? If we turned it at this angle and then lowered it. Oh, don't go into reverse. Ooh, that did seem to work. And it's got that section as well. That's promising. But let's try and do it here. If we go on it sideways. It worked! Thank you very much for leaving that comment. That is very helpful, and I'm very happy that that's worked actually. I didn't suspect it to work, but it has. Who knew? So let's continue. Oh, no, doesn't seem we can continue because we've got to do some sideways action. Oh, I've crashed. Luckily, the rock seems to be very spongy. Maybe it's limestone or something. I forgot to lower the cultivator. Oh, I know why. It's because I was pressing the wrong button. Oh, the rain has arrived. It is raining. There's the rain. You need to speed up. You need to stop messing about. That should be that section finished. That's good. I'm happy with that. Just as long as we've covered the majority of it, that doesn't really matter. So, let's cover a little bit of ground, and I will catch up with you in a minute. I think we'll just get this little section in here finished, and that is where we'll leave off the episode for today. I will try and keep some more consistent episodes running, as I've seen that is what you would like, and it's what I would like as well, really. It's just finding the time in between the schedules we all have. Can become challenging, but we always find a way, and we always will. I've enjoyed this one. You've made some good progress once again, and will leave us in a good place for the next episode. So let's just get this little section down here. You can see where the little pieces have been missed from our newly named bouncy cultivator. It's going to become a favourite of mine. I'm certainly not going to forget it, but unfortunately not for the good reasons. More so for the irritating and annoying ones. But let's reverse over this, I should think. We'll get that lowered. And there we go. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody who would enjoy this sort of content, share it with them. I'm sure they'll love it. But anyway, thank you for watching. Bye for now.